Hey, if you've ever been browsing in your Google Ads dashboard and wish you just had a little bit of extra information, there's already lots of stats inside of there, but maybe there's one particular stat that's not a default one that you wish you could see that would help you make better decisions. Well, I have good news for you because I'm going to show you exactly how to get that extra data you are looking for. What's up, everybody? Alvaro here from Alvaro Barrios Digital, and today I'm going to show you something that I bet you didn't know Google Ads could do. You can actually create custom metrics inside of Google Ads. Now, Google Ads already comes with a slew of metrics. I would actually probably even say, I've never done a side-by-side comparison, but if I had to say, I'd probably say there's probably more default metrics inside of Google compared to Facebook, but they both have a lot. That's the final point. The cool thing though is that inside of Google Ads, you can create some custom metrics. So if you're missing that final piece of data that you keep on telling yourself, I really wish this was available in here, well, I'm gonna show you step-by-step how to get it in there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, so here we are inside of the Google Ads dashboard. And like I said, Google Ads comes already with a ton of default metrics. So you can see here things like impressions, click-through rate, costs, average CPC, conversions, cost per conversion, conversion rate. That's actually a cool one in here because Facebook, for example, does not have a conversion rate. And even some deep dive metrics, such as your impression share data, like you can see right here. So the impression share compared to my competitors, the impression share for my exact match keywords, the amount of impressions I'm losing due to rank and all that kind of stuff. So it really lets me know where I stand against my competitors. I would say that definitely is where Google has the upper hand, is that there's a lot of data you can see to stack up against your competitors, which that's not available inside of Facebook. But if we keep on scrolling to the right here, you're going to notice a lot of metrics that are not default ones in here, such as enrollment ROAS for this particular client. Not everyone is trying to get an enrollment, but things like enrollment CPA, initial appointment CPA, initial appointment ROAS. So where are these coming from? Like, how are these numbers even in here to begin with? Well, they are in here because I created them. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that. So if you need to create custom metrics, all you have to do is go to your columns menu here, and then under custom, click on the edit icon right there. And you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. And so here you can already see the custom metrics I have developed in here, right? So if we look at this one, for example, initial appointment CPA, if I click on edit on that, it is cost divided by all conversions initial appointments. Now, if you're wondering where the heck this is coming from, this is a conversion I created over here. It's an imported lead, initial appointment. There it is right there. So that is how that one is developed. And then if I go to, for example, initial appointment ROAS, which is right here, click on that. That is the all conversion value of initial appointments divided by the cost, and that gives me the ROAS numbers, and I format it as a percentage right there. Now, once again, where is that value coming from? If I go here, and by the way, the way you get here is by clicking on the tools icon and then going to conversions. It leads you to this page where you can create all the conversions that you want based upon the different types. But if I click inside of this one, we'll see the additional details, and I've marked that each and every single one of these conversions is worth $120. So that is how I'm able to get this data in here and then make better decisions based upon what happens after the conversion itself. Because here I can see the lead data, which is great, and all kind of stuff, but ultimately this client's trying to get purchases, and so I can see the downstream impacts of that by looking at this data over here. Now let's look at a couple other interesting ones that are more universal, because these are obviously very specific to this client and the way that their funnel works, but there are, these custom metrics that you can create that could be appealing to really anyone in any space. So if we come back down here, go to columns, you'll see I have some here, such as mobile click share. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. So that is the total clicks from mobile phones divided by clicks right there. And then I have mobile CTR, which is going to be mobile phones divided by mobile phone impressions. And then I have same things for the desktop, right? So I have desktop click share, clicks from computers divided divided by clicks. And then I have desktop CTR, which is computers divided by impressions from computers. And again, this one is formatted as a percentage. So let me go ahead and select these and kind of show you what those actually look like from a data perspective. If you're trying to optimize, hey, how are things going on the desktop versus mobile, all that kind of stuff. So let me hit apply. There we go. So let me scroll off to the right, and then here is the data. So I can see, not surprisingly at all, by the way, that, I mean, 99 of the percent of the clicks come from mobile. I mean, that is just the nature of the game right there, and only 0.5 come from the desktop. And on mobile, the CTRs are just astronomically higher. We're talking about 20% versus 3.38%. And so, you know, these are just some interesting insights in the differences between mobile and desktop right there. But let's go ahead and create one from scratch. So for this client in particular, we do run the phone calls extension. So I could actually measure, well, I guess what we can call the phone call click-through rate, right? So how many impressions are we getting, and then how many people are clicking on that phone call extension. This client in particular, their audience is very young, so I actually imagine that it's not going to be very high, but you know, you never know. We'll figure it out, right? So here I'm going to give it a name, phone CTR. And you can give it a description if you want, but I already know what I'm talking about here when I say phone CTR. So now we need to build out the formula. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to type in the word phone. So I'm going to say phone calls. And then I'm going to click divided right here. I'm going to type in phone again, and I'm going to choose phone impressions right there. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to do, no, actually, yeah, I'll keep it to phone impressions because, I mean, people don't call from, hardly anyone's going to call from the desktop. So I'll keep it to phone impressions. So I'll go ahead and select that right there. And then I wanted to choose the number format, right? So since I'm going for a click-through rate metric right here, I definitely want this to be in a percentage format. So then I go ahead and just click on save. There we go. I need to make sure it's selected. Yep, right there, phone CTR. Go ahead and apply. Now let me go over here, and as expected, yeah, it's not super high. I mean, I didn't anticipate this audience doing a lot of phone calls, but what is interesting is that this one actually has a 1% of phone CTR, which is certainly higher than I expected. These other ones are more so in line with what I anticipated. So this tells me, hey, maybe I need to go look at this campaign. You know, what is different about this one in comparison to the other ones, and is there anything that I can do as a result to increase the phone CTR? So really useful tool, creating those custom columns. Just helps you dive even deeper inside of your data. And like I said, since they're custom, there are so many options to you. If you're not aware of like what options you can use, all you literally have to do is start typing, right? You can just come in here, right? We punched in phone. You can just also punch in things like mobile, see what comes up, or cost. You can see all your cost metrics right here. So just start typing stuff in, see if the metrics that are needed to you, that you need, can come up, and you start developing your formulas from there. All right, and there you have it. I hope this tutorial was useful for you, and now you can get more out of your Google Ads data. And hey, guess what? You can actually do the same thing inside of Facebook as well. I will do a video on that in the not so distant future. So thank you so much for tuning in today. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Appreciate your time, and I will see you on the next one.